Alright, YouTube, this is the Lazy Man beef tips over rice. I'll show you how to do her. Okay, this is my Cuisinart pressure cooker, and it is one of the best things in the world to cook really fresh, or really fresh, yeah, real fast in. And cook this in about, I do it about 45 minutes, and it tastes like you've been cooking it all day long. I just take, doesn't matter, I just take a 32 ounce thing of beef broth, pour that in. Doesn't matter, I just buy this because it's the cheapest. Okay, and then it doesn't matter what type of beef. I got some chuck tender steaks here on sale. And I used to cut them up into pieces, but like I said, this is the Lazy Man's. Just throw them in there. And then I got some, let's see, top blade steak. And I guarantee once this is done, you're not going to be able to tell the difference in the meats, because they're all going to be just plain tender. And then some country style ribs. And the reason I have to cook so much is because I got a 24-year-old son, an 18-year-old son, and a 16-year-old son, and they eat like crazy. Alright, then I usually take, and as always, I'll take a little bit of garlic powder, just say probably about a tablespoon once all said and done, and onion powder. Garlic powder and onion powder, about a tablespoon of each. And then on mine, you've got a, yeah, it's a little bit dirty. I just pulled it out of storage, start using it again. This right here says pressure, and you want to put it to the pressure. Put it down, turns it and locks. And then right here, I'll zoom you in so you can see this a little bit better. Okay, right here, we're going to hit menu twice, and it'll put it over here to high pressure. Our time, I'm going to set it up to 45. Excuse the beeping. Oh, 50, and it ain't matter. And then start. And once I get it up to pressure, this will seal up here at the top, right in here. It's got a little red button that'll pop up and it'll seal up, and then it'll start its cooking. And then in about 50 minutes, I'll come back and show you what it looks like. Alright guys, the timer went off on this thing, and it's still got pressure in it. So I'll do a video on these things, on one of these things, how to use it and everything. But right here, you have to relieve the pressure if it's one where you relieve the pressure. Sometimes you leave it on until the pressure does all by itself, but most of the time my hands are like, I grab stuff straight out of the oven because I've cooked so long that most of the filling's done out of my hands. So I would suggest doing a little towel or something when you do this, because the steam starts pulling out. But all you do is you take it and turn it sideways, and then it'll start letting all this steam out. And as soon as that gets out, then I'll show you the meat. Before then, what I'm going to do is show you, I usually take a little pint jar and I'll fill it up about a quarter of a way with water, and just something like that. And then I'll take just regular old flour and put it in there. And I never measure this stuff. And it makes just a real thick, you know. And when you add that into the sauce in there, it will actually make it really thick and turn that liquid into gravy. So just wait for that to finish off. It's almost there. Because on this one, that's the good thing about these things, is you cannot open that lid until it's unpressurized. That way you don't have a possibility of an explosion or anything. And that red dot has dropped. Still got steam coming out, but it's no pressure. So it comes up. And then I'll grab you a piece of meat here and show you. And it just falls apart in half. And what I usually do is I'll get all the meat out of here. Let's see if I can show you. And I'll take all that meat out. Put it on the plate. Steaming you up. And put you back here. And then as soon as all that meat's out, I'll add that sauce, or that flour mix. Into that. Start stirring it up. Okay. Well, see if I can put you up here again so you can see. I just stir all that in, and it gets pretty thick. And as you can see, it's good and thick. And then all I do is take and add that beef back in there. And I'll chop up that beef just a little bit with the end of it. And now I'll start up some rice or potatoes, which I'm going to do rice tonight. And then you got your easy beef tips and gravy over rice.